Welcome to the Lotus Goddess, Divine Love. Hi everyone, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Welcome back everyone. Welcome if you're new to my channel. I do Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flame Journey Charm readings. And if this doesn't resonate, that's okay. You can have a look at one of my other readings. These readings are timeless. This Divine Masculine regrets walking away from your relationship. Some of you were married, some of you were engaged. I see your commitment here. Commitment, your relationship was to the next level. There was some sort of serious commitment here. They regret walking away from you. They regret not being there for you. See, this is what I'm getting from this reading. Like when you two were in a relationship, right? Like you should have each other, have each other's back, support each other. What happened was this Divine Feminine, I see here that you gave it your all for this relationship, and when things started to get a little shaky, you expected this Divine Masculine to be supportive. You expected Divine Masculine to help bring you two or keep you two together, something about keeping your relationship together. But this masculine, it's kind of like they have like, you didn't expect them to walk away. You didn't expect this person to be like, you know what, I have to rethink things. I have second thoughts about this. Like you thought that this masculine has your back, that okay, things are confusing right now, there's complications, but as long as I have Divine Masculine with me, we're good, we're together. You saw each other as one. You saw each other as a team. Like you two are going to be together no matter what goes on. And I feel like there was some sort of complications here with family. I see family members here. Things got confusing or complicated in some sort of way. Could have been some misunderstanding or some kind of gossip. Somebody could have said something that was not true, or there could have been some kind of rumor that was not true about your situation. So between you two, I just see it as like somebody may have said something, and you know that telephone game, like you say something to one person, it goes to the next person. By the time it reaches to the end of the line, it's like the message is completely changed. It's altered. It's different. So that's what I'm getting, that there was some kind of misunderstanding here, and there was no opportunity for clarification. There was no opportunity for you to speak or for you to give some kind of clarification. And if you did try to share something, there was no point, because nobody was there to hear you out. And I see here that this Divine Feminine, you felt that, okay, Divine Masculine and I are together. As long as we're together, I know Divine Masculine is going to support us. I know that we're together on this. We're going to stick it through. We're going to get through this situation together. We're a team. We've committed to one another, right? You had some sort of commitment here. But what happened was that when things got confusing, when things got complicated, your Divine Masculine started to question themselves. It's like, is this worth it? Like, I'm having second thoughts about this relationship. It looks like things are not working out as it should, and people are talking, people are saying stuff, and they were more concerned about what drama was starting to be created, even if you had nothing to do with it, Divine Feminine. It had nothing to do with you. I feel in many cases it had nothing to do with you, but it had something to do with the relationship overall. It's like you didn't say anything, you didn't do anything, but somehow some drama started, and your name got pulled into that, masculine's name got pulled into that, got confusing, got complicated. And when you thought Divine Masculine's like, that's okay, people are going to talk, right? You thought, we'll get through this, like things will work out. But then your masculine did a complete, 180, and they're just like, I don't know if I want to be in this relationship anymore. I don't know if I can handle this. Like, it's getting out of hand now. And that left you stunned, because you didn't think that masculine would just like walk away and left you hanging. Like, you thought, okay, if you're talking about marriage, right? If you're talking about commitment, marriage, like being together through thick and thin, and then something for you, it was something minor. It's like, how can you walk away all of a sudden? How can you just leave me hanging here? And I see that this divine feminine, you put in the work, you put in as much work as you could from your end. This divine masculine knows exactly what they did. They know exactly what they did then, and they still live with that guilt. This masculine is guilty, feeling really guilty and sorry for what they did to you. How could I have abandoned? They pretty much abandoned divine feminine. When divine feminine trusted me, when divine feminine made the decision to be in a relationship with me and I didn't do my part, they basically let you go. It hurt. I see your divine feminine. There's this feeling I'm getting. I can't get the word out right now, but there's this strong feeling I'm getting in this reading. When it comes to me, I will say it, but I'm getting it from the start of this reading. Like this divine feminine, you basically feel like divine masculine has betrayed you. It's like, how could you have walked away? Like I loved you. I gave you my heart. I made a promise to you, made a promise to me, and that was for life. Like, how can you just walk away? Things got rough. Things got shaky, and this masculine's like, let me think about it. Let me rethink things. Like, I don't know if I want to be with you. What? What? I see your divine feminine, you're very sad. You were very sad then. Like you had big dreams. You had told people, like you guys had told people that you guys are together. It was just the start. Like I see your divine feminine, you may have shared it, you may have talked to some family or their family, something like that. Vice versa as well. Like you guys started to slowly tell people that you guys have some sort of commitment, like you've made some sort of commitment to be with each other, like serious, like a serious relationship. You started to make it official. You made it official when you announced it to a few people. And then when this masculine suddenly changes their mind, I see here that basically in this reading, it shows divine feminine, your energy was the energy of a bride. You were ready, like you were there. It's like you're standing at the altar and your divine masculine is like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I'm standing here. That kind of thing. Like, can I back out now? When things start to get a little bit more serious, that's when this masculine started to question. It's like, didn't you have questions before? Like, if you had cold feet, like, why couldn't you ask yourself these questions before? Why, when things start to get more serious between you two? And I see that divine feminine, your energy here comes in as a bride, like you were ready. You were ready for this relationship. You were ready to say I do, to commit to this divine masculine. There was this seriousness. I see here marriage wedding bands here. I see that your direction where you wanted to go, like with this relationship, you had very clear direction. You saw it already. It's like, I've already made a choice. I made a decision that this is the person I want to live my life with, and this is the path we will take together. But this divine masculine, when they made the decision, I don't see it as strong as a decision as divine feminine. It's like they said it, they may have said those words, but their mind, their thought was elsewhere. It's like they were not fully there. It's like they said it, but without being fully present. Divine Masculine regrets saying things to other people, sharing things about you, talking a lot about you. When you two were dating, they were saying a lot of things about you, Divine Feminine. They were talking about your relationship, about kind of like some cases, kind of like it's coming across like a guy talk kind of thing. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. I'm not into guy stuff like guy talk. I'm not into that. But anyways, I just see it's coming across as some sort of guy talk. They were talking about you, um, looking kind of like what I'm getting is like one upping, kind of like one upping, like, oh, I did this, you did this, I said this, you said this, that kind of thing. Like just rooting, cheering each other, whatever. I don't know. That's really weird. Anyways, so that is there. And even if you think that's not your divine masculine, it shows it here. So that's why I'm saying it, right? Like sometimes we don't know all of our divine masculine, but there are some parts of them that do come out when they are with people that they feel like they are really like close to, right? So they do see a different side to divine masculine that you didn't see at that time yet, okay? But I do see it here that happened, and they regret doing that. Now they regret doing that. They feel that that was immature, and they felt like it was not the right time to even do something like that, especially if you had started to build your relationship. Like that was the start, like you had just made yourself official, like people start to know about you too. It's like it was too early for this masculine to be talking about you in that way, or even say those things. Like I don't think they should even have gone that far, because I think it got out of hand here. What I see here is that there is this playful kind of cool, like they want to play it off cool kind of image, and they said a lot of things, but now when they think about it, they think about it, they see it in a different way. It's like, I shouldn't have said it like that. I shouldn't have said those things about divine feminine. There is a bit of this protectiveness about you now. It's like, I would never do that now. What I did then, I would never do that now. So they regret it. It's like, how could I have been so foolish to say those things in that way? They see themselves as like they were immature then. So they were immature the way that they handled it. They were immature in the way that they separated or pulled away from you. They were immature in the way that they talked about you and the relationship. They were immature in the way that they handled the overall connection between you two. So they see all that. That's why there's a lot of regret here. There were times where they may have, you may remember this, divine feminine, there were times where they may have said some comments just to get a reaction from you. They thought you would get jealous, but you didn't. Like I see here that they're like, like how come divine feminine is not reacting? Because you were very mature. You had trust. You had a lot of trust in your relationship, and you were very mature then when it comes to your love. So you didn't react in the way that they thought you would react. This masculine said some things to make you jealous. I see here to attempt some sort of jealousy. They talked about other people. They may have said it in a very playful way, whatever that means, but I see her in a very playful way. They were trying to stir up a jealous. Ooh, they're trying to stir up some kind of jealousy within you. I see it stirring up emotions of jealousy. Indirectly, they were trying to do it indirectly. It's like without you figuring it out, but you knew what they were doing. You're smart. You were smart, divine feminine. You saw this. It's like, I know what divine masculine is trying to do. He just wants me to be jealous. It's not going to happen. Like, that's what you felt. You knew, because you're very intuitive too. It's not only because you're smart, but you're very intuitive, right? So you sensed it. You're like, divine masculine is just trying to get me jealous. Like, I know what you're doing. It's not going to work, because you knew who you were. But I do see here trying to stir up emotions of jealousy. And why were they doing this? I'll explain why they were doing this. It's something about feeding into their ego. So the thought of you getting jealous because somebody said something or somebody said something to them, it makes them feel good, better about themselves, especially if it's coming from you. Like, you are so unique, right? Something different about you. There's something different about you that if they stir up this kind of emotion with you, they will feel like, I got this one too. Like that's what I feel. It's like I got, like, it worked on this person too. Like, it worked on divine feminine. But it didn't work on you, whatever they were trying to do to stir up that emotion. It didn't work. It's like, whoa, divine feminine is different. Like, why didn't that work? Why didn't this effect work on divine feminine? It worked on other women before. It worked on other people before. Why didn't it work on divine feminine? I feel like they do certain things to create a reaction or to create some kind of, like, to stir up some sort of emotion and makes them feel good. This is a masculine who used to feed off of different kind of responses or reactions from other people to feed into their ego. And whoever that they were dating at the time, it's like, if I could get that person to feel that way, it's like I feel good. Like, ooh, like, I am what I say I am. I am what I think I am. Like, it was some sort of, like, they felt it was to confirm that, or to some kind of confirmation. Hmm. Again, I see your divine feminine. You always saw the truth in divine masculine, meaning that you knew when divine masculine was being truthful, and you knew when divine masculine was, you know, doing something else. For example, like what I just mentioned, right? You can sense, like, is divine masculine just doing an act? Like, are they pretending, or are they being truthful? Are they being honest? Is this genuine? Like, you knew, you sensed it, you felt it. And masculine, they couldn't understand. It's like, how come this tactic, or how come this thing I'm doing is not working on divine feminine? It worked on other people before. But they felt like if they can get you to feel that kind of jealousy, it's like they succeeded. It's like, yeah, I am, I am the masculine, divine masculine. I have done it, right? I don't know. That's a pride thing here. It just looks like a pride. But yes, at this point, they do regret those things that they did in the past with you, things that they said that were done. This masculine did go through some sort of transformation after learning about things about themselves and learning through experiences through other people. They had some really bad experiences where they basically suffered some sort of consequences for their actions in a situation where they had no choice but to learn from that lesson. And I see that they had to stand up for themselves, speak up for themselves. This is something that they will never repeat again. This is a mistake or some kind of lesson where this masculine's like, I will never make that mistake again. I will never have to go through that again. I've learned my lesson. It's like, you don't have to tell me twice. I already learned the first time round. I'm not going to go through that cycle again. So with that experience, this divine masculine was able to transform. They were able to evolve, able to see where they lacked in, able to see the mistakes that they made, able to see the consequences for their actions, and how they behaved with you, how they behaved with other people as well. This masculine, the way they treated you, they know they were unfair. They know that they should have been there. They feel guilty for putting you in a situation where they left you standing alone. The one person you decided to be committed to to have a relationship with, to have a future with, to get married to. A lot of you were planning marriage, and then they were the ones that walked away for basically no reason. Like it had nothing to do with you. I feel it had nothing to do with you. Your name could have been mentioned. Yes, maybe there were maybe somehow connections to you and divine masculine, but overall, like, why did you have to go through that? That doesn't make sense. I see that putting an end to the old cycle because they realize that the old cycle, it's not working out for me. Why have I been holding on for this thing for a long period of time? There's some kind of pattern behavior, a way of thinking as well. Could be like a stubbornness here, way of behaving where they felt like they can continue to do what they were doing, but it was not working out. It's like, how is that working out for you? That's the decision you made. And masculine's like, I don't know. It's just been dragging for so long. Came to a point where they're like, you know what? I think if I need a change, I need to make that change myself. Because how long can this masculine go on in a certain cycle for, especially something that doesn't feel good, that doesn't bear any kind of fruit? There's no progress there. So they came to a realization that where they were at, what they were doing was not for them. It's like, how can I utilize my time and energy better to get the type of life that I want and that I feel I deserve? So that's when they start to step out of the old, rethink things. And I see here knowledge, understanding, regret of past actions, mistakes, having clear guidance of what to do next. So they started to follow the divine's path. I see her divinely guided to make right decisions, good decisions, even if it was difficult for them to make. Some of them emotionally, it was very difficult for them to make. if if decisions had to do with their feelings for something, like say if they have some kind of emotional attachment to something, those were the most difficult decisions to make, to walk away from those kind of things. It could be habits, it could be people, whatever it is. But I see here that if there's some kind of emotional attachment to something that they knew was not for them, that was the hardest thing for them to do, was to walk away. But they knew they had to do it in order to get the life that they wanted. So that's where the transformation comes in. So this is the reading for today. I hope you like this reading. If you like my readings, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment below. And thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful day. Bye everyone.